for paranormal cases that the police hidden, for horror stories from police. In this chilling compilation, we delve into for paranormal cases that the police have desperately tried to conceal from the public. Each story unravels a bone-chilling encounter that transcends the realm of the normal and challenges our understanding of the supernatural. The first account takes place in a small town where residents reported seeing ethereal figures lurking in the shadows. The police, stunned by the sheer number of reports, embarked on a covert investigation to uncover the source of these apparitions. Their findings revealed a sinister history involving a long-forgotten tragedy that had deeply scarred the town. In the second case, officers responded to distress calls from a seemingly ordinary suburban home, only to discover an inexplicable presence that defied all logic. Strange whispers echoed through the halls, objects moved on their own accord, and a sense of unease enveloped the investigators. As they delved deeper into the origins of this haunting, they realized it was tied to a malevolent spirit seeking revenge. The third story transports us to a derelict asylum, where the police had received reports of spectral patients wandering the halls. Upon entering the decaying building, the officers encountered a chilling atmosphere that seemed frozen in time. As they explored further, they uncovered a dark secret that had been buried within the asylum's walls for decades. The final tale takes us to a remote countryside, where a series of unexplained disappearances had left the community shaken. Desperate for answers, the police stumbled upon evidence pointing to a supernatural entity preying on unsuspecting victims. With their resources stretched thin, they enlisted the help of paranormal experts, leading to a confrontation that would test their courage and belief in the otherworldly. In the first account, the police discovered that the ethereal figures reported by the residents were actually the lost souls of a tragic fire that had occurred many years ago. The flames had engulfed a nearby building, claiming the lives of several individuals. The restless spirits, unable to move on, were now haunting the town, seeking solace or closure. The police, armed with this knowledge, tried to find a way to ease the spirits' torment and bring peace to the community. Moving on to the second case, the investigators found out that the inexplicable presence in the suburban home was linked to a cursed artifact hidden in the basement. This ancient relic held dark energy that fueled the paranormal activities. The malevolent spirit seeking revenge was attached to the artifact, and its powers grew stronger over time. The police, realizing the danger, sought the help of a renowned paranormal expert to perform a ritual that would sever the connection between the spirit and the cursed object. In the derelict asylum, the officers uncovered a dark secret that revealed the horrifying experiments conducted on the patients in the past. The spectral figures wandering the halls were the tormented souls of those who had suffered unimaginable atrocities. The police's investigation led to the exposure of the asylum's dark history and the closure of the facility. The town, now aware of the asylum's haunting past, set out to bring justice to the victims and provide them with a proper burial. The remote countryside held a supernatural entity that was responsible for the unexplained disappearances. The police, joined by the paranormal experts, conducted an extensive search for clues and discovered an ancient curse that had been placed upon the land centuries ago. The curse unleashed the entity, which fed on the fear and despair of its victims. With the help of the experts, the police devised a plan to banish the entity from the area once and for all. It was a harrowing battle that tested their courage, but they managed to succeed in freeing the community from the clutches of the supernatural threat. Continuing the theme of hidden paranormal cases, the first account revealed that the town's residents had also reported hearing faint cries and whispers coming from the shadows. These eerie sounds intensified at night, causing fear and unease among the population. The police, aware of the tragic fire's connection to the apparitions, began researching ancient rituals and incantations to communicate with the lost souls. They sought guidance from spiritual leaders and conducted a ceremony to offer solace and closure to the restless spirits. The town gradually experienced a sense of peace as the ghostly presence diminished, and the residents finally found relief from their hauntings. Moving on to the second case, it was discovered that the cursed artifact in the suburban home had a long history of paranormal activity. Legend had it that the artifact had been passed down through generations, carrying a dark legacy of malevolence. The police, desperate to protect the community, decided to destroy the cursed object, knowing that it held the key to breaking the spirit's hold over the home. With the help of a brave team of paranormal investigators, they performed a ritual of purification and banishment, ensuring that the malevolent spirit would be eradicated once and for all. In the derelict asylum, the police uncovered journals written by the asylum staff, detailing their sinister experiments conducted on the patients. These experiments delved into the realms of dark magic and ritual sacrifice, with the aim of harnessing supernatural powers. The officers, horrified by the revelations, sought the expertise of a historian specializing in occult practices. Together, they performed a ceremony dedicated to releasing the trapped souls and cleansing the asylum of its dark energy. The town vowed to preserve the asylum's history as a reminder of the horrors that had taken place within its walls. Continuing the theme of hidden paranormal cases, the third story revealed that the derelict asylum was not only haunted by spectral patients, but also by a vengeful spirit known as the asylum warden. This malevolent entity was believed to be the former head of the asylum, who had carried out horrific acts of cruelty and abuse towards the patients. The police's investigation uncovered old records documenting the warden's reign of terror, and it was discovered that the spirit's malevolence had permeated the very walls of the asylum. Determined to put an end to the warden's reign, the police enlisted the help of a renowned exorcist who specialized in dealing with malevolent spirits. Through a grueling exorcism ritual, the warden's spirit was banished from the asylum, finally allowing peace to be restored to the haunted halls. Wrapping up this compilation of hidden paranormal cases, the police's collaboration with paranormal experts in the remote countryside brought to light the haunting history of the supernatural entity. As they delved further into their research, they discovered that the entity was not solely responsible for the disappearances, but was instead an accomplice to a cursed object hidden deep within the community. This cursed object, rumored to be a mystical relic, enabled the entity to carry out its nefarious acts. Working together, the police and the paranormal experts devised a plan to retrieve the cursed object and break the entity's hold over the community. Through a combination of intricate rituals and brave confrontations with the supernatural, they successfully removed the cursed object and banished the entity, restoring peace and safety to the remote countryside. Title: for paranormal cases that police hidden I for horror stories from police. In this hair-raising compilation, we explore for spine-chilling paranormal cases that the police have desperately tried to keep under wraps. Each terrifying story unravels an encounter that defies rational explanation and shakes the very foundation of our understanding of the supernatural. The first account takes us to a small town where bewildered residents started reporting sightings of ghostly apparitions lurking in the shadows. Overwhelmed by the unusually high number of reports, the police embarked on a clandestine investigation to unveil the origin of these otherworldly figures. Their findings uncovered a tragic event from the town's past, a devastating fire that claimed the lives of numerous individuals. The restless spirits of the deceased, trapped between the worlds, were now haunting the town, seeking closure or redemption. Armed with this knowledge, the police endeavored to find a way to appease the tormented souls and bring solace to the community. In the second case, officers responded to distress calls emanating from an unassuming suburban residence, only to encounter an incomprehensible presence that defied all rationality. Eerie whispers echoed throughout the house, objects moved as if guided by an unseen force, and an overwhelming sense of dread permeated the air. As the investigators delved deeper into the origins of this haunting, they unraveled a connection to a vengeful spirit with a deep-seated grudge. The entity had become intertwined with a cursed object hidden within the home, granting it the power to manipulate its surroundings. Recognizing the escalating danger, the police enlisted the assistance of a renowned paranormal expert to perform a ritual that would sever the spirit's ties to the cursed artifact, ensuring the restoration of peace to the traumatized household. The third tale transports us to a decaying asylum, where the police received reports of spectral patients roaming the dilapidated halls. A haunting stillness hung in the air as the officers ventured further into the foreboding building, unearthing a dark secret concealed within its walls. Their investigation revealed a history of sinister experiments conducted on vulnerable patients, leaving behind tormented souls trapped within the confines of the asylum. Determined to shine a light on the atrocities committed, the police pursued justice for the victims, revealing the extent of the asylum's dark past and initiating its closure. The town vowed to honor the memory of those lost, ensuring their proper burial and seeking to restore dignity to their forgotten lives. The final tale takes us to a remote countryside plagued by a series of unexplained disappearances that had gripped the community with fear. Desperate for answers, the police stumbled upon evidence hinting at a malevolent entity preying upon unsuspecting victims. With their resources stretched thin, they sought the aid of seasoned paranormal experts to confront the supernatural threat head-on. Together, they unveiled a centuries-old curse that had been cast upon the land, awakening the entity to feed on the despair and terror it conjured. Armed with this understanding, the police and the experts devised a daring plan to banish the entity from the community, drawing upon ancient rituals and their unwavering resolve. It was a battle that tested their mettle, but through sheer determination, they emerged triumphant, freeing the countryside from the clutches of the malevolent force that had held it captive. Continuing the theme of hidden paranormal cases, the first account revealed that, alongside the sightings of ethereal figures, the town's residents also reported witnessing unexplained fluctuations in temperature. The air would grow inexplicably cold in certain areas, leaving a bone-chilling sensation in its wake. The police, intrigued by these additional accounts, consulted with paranormal researchers who theorized that the restless souls were drawing on the surrounding energy to manifest themselves. Armed with this knowledge, the police set out to gather scientific data and conducted thorough temperature readings throughout the town, ultimately confirming the correlation between the apparitions and the anomalous drops in temperature. This breakthrough led to a deeper understanding of the supernatural phenomena and paved the way for future investigations into similar cases. Expanding upon the second case, the cursed artifact unearthed in the suburban home was revealed to be a relic infused with ancient dark magic. Legend had it that the artifact had been created by a malevolent sorcerer centuries ago, who imbued the object with his own malignant power. The police, recognizing the magnitude of the threat, embarked on a mission to permanently neutralize the artifact and sever its connection to the vengeful spirit. Drawing upon the expertise of renowned occult scholars, they devised a plan to dismantle the artifact's enchantments through a ritual involving sacred incantations and the cleansing power of elemental forces. With every chant and gesture, the bond between the spirit and the cursed object weakened, until the artifact's power was neutralized and the spirit was banished, allowing the suburban home to finally find peace. In their exploration of the derelict asylum, the police stumbled upon a forgotten diary belonging to a former patient. Its pages revealed the existence of hidden chambers within the asylum, housing ancient tomes of forbidden knowledge. These occult texts detailed the desperate attempts of the asylum staff to harness supernatural abilities for their own gain. The police, shocked by the revelations, sought the assistance of a team of paranormal historians to decipher the cryptic texts and uncover the true extent of the asylum's dark practices. Through their painstaking efforts, they unveiled a shocking ritual that had granted the staff unimaginable power at the expense of the patient's well-being. Armed with this knowledge, the police and the historians performed a ritual of purification within the asylum, stripping away the malevolent energies and releasing the trapped souls from their torment. Continuing the exploration of hidden paranormal cases, the third story uncovered the ghastly figure of a spectral matron who roamed the halls of the derelict asylum. Witnesses described her as a foreboding presence, exuding an air of authority while emitting an intense coldness. The police's investigation led them to a hidden chamber where they discovered records of the matron's reign of terror, casting her as a sadistic figure who reveled in the torment and abuse of the patients. Understanding that the stronghold of the matron's malevolence lay within her specter, the police enlisted the expertise of a psychic medium renowned for her ability to communicate with the spirit world. Through a daring seance, the medium confronted the matron's ghost, exposing the depths of her cruelty and coercing her into relinquishing her hold on the asylum. With the matron's spirit banished, the oppressive atmosphere that had plagued the asylum was finally lifted, allowing the trapped souls to find peace. Continuing the theme of hidden paranormal cases, the final story revealed that the remote countryside had long been shrouded in a supernatural aura. Locals spoke of strange occurrences, such as eerie whispers carried by the wind and unexplained markings appearing overnight. The police, determined to uncover the truth, delved into the region's history and stumbled upon a forgotten ritual that had taken place centuries ago. The ritual, performed by a group of ancient sorcerers, had intended to summon a powerful entity to protect the land. However, the invocation had gone awry, and instead, a malevolent being had been unleashed. This entity, known as the Cursed Guardian, thrived on fear and despair, causing the unexplained disappearances in the community. The police organized a team of experts in ancient rituals and embarked on a risky mission to reverse the summoning and restore peace to the countryside. Through a harrowing ceremony, they managed to trap the Cursed Guardian once again, sealing it away and freeing the community from its terror. In this bone-chilling compilation, we uncover for terrifying paranormal cases that the police have desperately tried to bury. These haunting stories expose the existence of a hidden world, reaching beyond the veil of normality and defying all rational explanation. The first account takes us to a quiet town where residents reported ghostly apparitions lurking in the shadows. The sheer number of sightings overwhelmed the police, forcing them to delve into the town's dark past. Through their investigation, they unearthed the tragic history of a cursed land, where the spirits of the deceased sought solace and resolution. Faced with this grim truth, the police sought guidance from spiritual leaders to perform a cleansing ritual, liberating the restless souls and bringing a sense of peace to the haunted town. In the second case, the police responded to distress calls from an unsuspecting suburban home. They encountered a malevolent presence that defied all logic, with objects moving on their own and sinister whispers echoing through the halls. Unraveling the mystery, they discovered that the haunting was linked to a long-buried secret. A vengeful spirit, wronged in life, sought retribution by attaching itself to a cursed object hidden in the basement. Realizing the danger, the police teamed up with paranormal experts to banish the spirit, severing its ties to the cursed artifact and restoring peace to the traumatized family. The third story leads us to a derelict asylum, where spectral patients are said to roam the abandoned halls. Intrigued by the reports, the police decided to explore the haunted facility. Within its decaying walls, they uncovered a sinister secret, a dark chapter in the asylum's past involving twisted experiments on vulnerable patients. Determined to bring justice to the tormented souls, the police exposed the atrocities and shut down the asylum. The community rallied together, honoring the victims and vowing to prevent such horrors from ever happening again. The final tale transports us to a remote countryside plagued by unexplained disappearances. Desperate for answers, the police discovered evidence of a supernatural entity feeding on fear and despair. Faced with an enemy beyond their understanding, they sought assistance from renowned paranormal experts. Together, they delved into ancient folklore and uncovered a forgotten legend tied to the land. Armed with this knowledge, they devised a plan to confront the entity, using sacred rituals and talismans to weaken its grip on the community. In a climactic showdown, the police and experts banished the entity, restoring peace and reclaiming the countryside from its malevolent clutches. Prepare to be chilled as we delve into hair-raising paranormal cases that the police have desperately tried to conceal. These haunting stories will take you on a journey into the unknown, questioning the boundaries of our reality and shaking our understanding of the supernatural. The first account leads us to a small, isolated town where residents experienced inexplicable encounters with ethereal figures lurking in the shadows. Bewildered by the sheer multitude of sightings, the police launched a covert investigation to uncover the truth. As they delved into the town's history, they unearthed the long-forgotten tragedy, a devastating accident that had claimed the lives of several individuals. It was revealed that the restless spirits of the deceased were now trapped between realms, haunting the town in search of closure. Armed with this knowledge, the police sought guidance from renowned paranormal experts to devise a plan to help the lost souls find peace and liberate the town from its eerie torment. Moving on to the second case, officers responded to distress calls from a seemingly ordinary suburban home, only to find themselves facing a supernatural presence unlike anything they had encountered before. Strange and unexplained phenomena, such as objects moving on their own and disembodied whispers, permeated the house. In their quest to uncover the source of this haunting, the police stumbled upon a twisted tale of revenge. It was revealed that the residents harbored a cursed artifact tied to a malevolent spirit seeking retribution. With the help of gifted psychics and extensive research, the police devised a daring plan to break the spirit's grip by purging the cursed object of its dark energy. The ritual was performed, banishing the vengeful spirit and restoring peace to the once troubled home. The third story takes us to a decaying asylum, known for its sinister reputation. Reports of spectral patients roaming the halls had drawn the attention of the police, leading them down a path of darkness and despair. Upon further investigation, they uncovered a disturbing truth: the asylum had been a breeding ground for unspeakable horrors. In the depths of its crumbling walls, twisted experiments had been conducted on vulnerable patients, leaving behind tormented souls trapped within its confines. Determined to unveil the asylum's haunting past and bring justice to the victims, the police worked tirelessly to assemble evidence, leading to the exposure of the asylum's dark history and the closure of its doors. In a final act of redemption, the community banded together to provide a proper burial for the forgotten victims, vowing never to let such atrocities be repeated. Continuing the exploration of hidden paranormal cases, the first account revealed that alongside the sightings of ethereal figures, the town's residents had also reported strange occurrences related to time displacement. Clocks would inexplicably stop or jump forward, leaving everyone perplexed. The police, intrigued by these additional reports, consulted with experts in temporal anomalies who proposed a theory that the restless spirits were trapped in a time loop, reliving their final moments over and over again. Determined to break the cycle, the police embarked on a mission to disrupt the temporal energy that bound the spirits, employing a combination of advanced technology and ancient rituals. Through their efforts, they succeeded in breaking the time loop, freeing the spirits from their perpetual torment and restoring normalcy to the town. In the second case, it was discovered that the cursed artifact in the suburban home had a chilling effect on the surrounding environment. Witnesses reported sudden drops in temperature, causing an intense coldness to permeate the air. Recognizing this strange phenomenon, the police enlisted the help of a team of paranormal physicists who concluded that the cursed object was drawing in thermal energy from its surroundings to sustain its supernatural presence. Armed with this knowledge, the police devised a plan to counteract the artifact's energy absorption, creating a powerful energy field that neutralized its influence. As a result, the temperature within the house returned to normal, and the haunting ceased. In the derelict asylum, the police uncovered a hidden chamber filled with ancient artifacts and relics. Among the artifacts was a cursed book of spells, bound in human skin and inscribed with arcane symbols. Studying the book, they learned that the cursed text held the key to the asylum's supernatural disturbances. With the help of a team of occult experts, the police conducted a meticulous translation of the spells, unraveling their dark purpose. Through a carefully orchestrated ritual, they reversed the effects of the curses, severing the connection between the haunted asylum and the malevolent forces that had plagued it for years. The once tormented souls found peace, and the asylum's halls were finally free from the grip of evil. Continuing the exploration of hidden paranormal cases, the remote countryside held a dark secret that only added to the terror of the unexplained disappearances. Locals whispered of strange symbols etched into the trees and mysterious symbols. The police, determined to unravel the truth, stumbled upon an ancient cult that had once thrived in the area. It was revealed that the cult had conducted dark rituals and sacrifices to appease malevolent entities, fueling the supernatural presence that had plagued the countryside. Armed with this knowledge, the police sought guidance from an experienced occultist who specialized in ancient symbols and rituals. Together, they devised a plan to cleanse the land of its dark energy, performing a powerful banishing ritual that sealed the portal to the otherworldly realm and severed the connection between the malevolent forces and the community. As the ritual concluded, the symbols etched into the trees faded, and the once tormented countryside experienced a newfound sense of tranquility. Wrapping up this compilation of hidden paranormal cases, the police's collaboration with paranormal experts in the remote countryside led to the discovery of an ancient burial ground intertwined with the supernatural entity's presence. Through careful excavation, they unearthed a series of ornate tombs adorned with mysterious symbols and inscriptions. These burial sites, believed to belong to powerful sorcerers of ancient times, had become the conduits through which the entity drew its strength. Recognizing the need to sever this link, the police enlisted the aid of a team of archaeologists and spiritual guides. Together, they conducted a purification ceremony, seeking to restore balance to the sacred burial ground and disrupt the entity's access to its power source. As the ceremony reached its climax, the earth trembled beneath their feet, the ancient symbols faded, and the entity's hold on the community was broken. In this bone-chilling compilation, for hidden paranormal cases are revealed. The police uncovered tragic histories, cursed artifacts, and haunted asylums. With the help of paranormal experts, they banish malevolent spirits and bring peace to the tormented communities. These stories challenge our understanding of the supernatural,